So these are like my mini sunflowers. They're sort of coming out. They're getting bigger, but they're only small, so they don't grow so big. They'll probably grow up to around this height, so up near where the basket is. So I don't know whether they're going to be kept here or what, but they're doing quite well. They're just sitting there in the basket. They don't seem to mind it. They get a little bit affected by the sun, but they recover usually. They actually like the sun, and they've been getting a little bit affected by the frost in the mornings, but they're a little bit protected. They're underneath something for one. They're together, so they've got little plants down here, bigger plants here, but you know, I'm always being told something negative, like they should be moved to a bigger pot, or they should be subdivided and some put in the garden or whatever. So, but at the moment they're here, so they seem to look okay. The leaves are a little bit down. They probably need a good drink or something, but yeah. I gave them water this morning, so I don't really see why I should do it twice in a day, but yeah, they're looking kind of good. And I transferred one of these little stems that accidentally broke, so I don't know if it's going to recover, but I put a couple of these in bigger pots. That one really needs this size pot, but I put it in a slightly bigger container because I only had two of these huge size pots, so but this is supposed to be a fairly big plant, so I'm glad I put them in there. And this is a huge growing plant. If it does well and expands, it'll end up filling the whole container. This one might just grow too tall. That one looks like it's a pretty big plant too, so it needs a container more like this, but at the moment it's just in a slightly bigger container, which is better than the kind of container that one's in, which is the small size. So it's in a size a little bit bigger, but I'm hoping to get some flowers with this one. But this one I had to tape together this little thing here because it broke, and sometimes when I tape it, it ends up surviving somehow. So, but it looks like it's pretty broken. So I lost one, but all the rest should do okay. So I'll just leave them there to sun. But sometimes when I do tape them, this broken stem, because it's still a little bit together, it ends up surviving somehow. So, but I'm not sure if it will. Most of these other ones, like that one down there, needs to be put in a bigger pot eventually, and that has a little sister plant down there. So I think I'll put those two together in a bigger pot, more like this pot size, because they're, like I said, they're supposed to be a pretty huge flowering plant. And this one I'm waiting to see if it actually grows. That one I'm not expecting to be exactly the same. That one I'm expecting to have flowers. That one I'm not sure what it is because it came as part of a bung mixture. They seem to be the same plant, but I was hoping that this one actually flowers and has a little invisible flower. So I'll just keep waiting for that. But most of these, I've got a couple of trees, and most of them probably grown up weeds or something. But yeah, I don't know, just have to keep waiting. This one probably needs a bigger plant too. It looks like it's pretty big in that pot. And I was going to change over. These two both needed new space. I was going to put that one in a bigger one, but I would hate for it to not do so well because it's been moved, so I'm not really sure what to do with that one. But this one's getting into more of a tree, so eventually that one will be moved into a bigger pot. So I have no idea what kind of tree it is though, because it came in an Asian mix, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know why they're trees. Could be anything. But I'm just sort of growing them. They remind me of a little tree that you get for free from the from the nursery, so I'm hoping to see more of a tree, but I have no idea what kind of tree it is. It could be anything. So it's not even, the mix wasn't supposed to have trees or these pretty vines or anything. So it could be a huge tree, I don't know, but I'll probably just keep it in a pot and see what it does, you know. But I'm hoping for invisible flowers from that one there. That one came with a mix of bad seeds, so it just didn't have anything to do with what I had ordered. So, but it's all looking better and better. More growth, more development, and eventually there's going to be more, just more.